There is a feature inside the Bricks Builder that allows you to save the submitted form data inside your database. You can utilize this feature for many use cases like event registration system, ticket management system, or maybe you want to submit the contact information inside your database for further processing. So let's take a look at how we can enable these settings and see this feature in action. I'm just going to create a page, a very basic page, which is homepage. Okay, I'm just publishing it and click on the edit with bricks. Now I'm going here inside the search element and including the form element. Form element will allow us to accept the input from the users. So, and this is the name, email and message fields available here. You can include any other field that you want, like checkbox, image. You can accept the files, each and everything. In this case, I only want to store the name and email address. I don't need the message box as well. Just close this, and inside the submit button, this is the label of the button, but I want to change it like register for an event. So I'm just this is the label of the button that I'm just setting it here. By default, the form action is set to the email, which means that it is sending the email address to the admin email. Okay, and from here you can customize it as well, but I don't need this action. What I need an action to save the submission. For now, you can see that there is no way to select the save submission action, and where it is right now, we need to enable this from the settings. Currently, I can go here inside the settings and then the brick setting. I'm just opening it here, and you can see that you need to scroll down, and from here this is the form submission setting that you need to enable. So I'm just going to click on it. It is now enabled. Go here and save this setting. Now you will notice that after enabling this feature, you can also notice that these are all the form submissions tab that is enabled. So before that, you will not see it. You need to enable this setting, and I will come back to this one later, but let's have a look at if our form action has been enabled or not. If I go here right now, you can see that there is no, I need to refresh it. So I'm just going to refresh it and going to refresh it. After this, there will be an action that will allow us to save the submission. So this is the part that you need to understand. Now you need to select save submission, and currently what will happen, the first action will perform the email will send to the administrator email. So I'm going to do, I will just drag drop at the first position. So because these actions will run in sequence, so I want to first submit the data on our database and then email to the administrator if required. So for example, here I am sending the email address to the admin of the site that something happened, and from here I want to change this message. I can send like form submitted. You can do whatever you want, but for the demonstration purpose, I'm just placing this message. So this is the message that will display if the form has been successfully submitted. So I need to close it. I can come here and see that this is not the contact form request. This happened. This is a subject that will send to the admin email. So you can even customize this email that you want. So for now, we have a concern for this save submission because this is the most important part. So this is the form name that you can set from here. For my case, I'm setting it to like event registration. So I'm setting it to event registration. If you have multiple events, you can set multiple forms for that purpose. So for example, here I've just set this, then these are the settings. But before showing you these settings, I want to tell you that your form is almost ready. You just need to go here, submit the form. And when I'm trying to submit it, like for example, john@example.com, and then register for an event, the form has been submitted. And after the submission, the email goes to the admin. This is the message that admin will receive. And in order to check the form submission where it happened, you just need to go here inside the form submissions tab. Here you can see that our form has been created. How many entries? There is one entry. I can also delete this form and just click on the form name, and there you can see that we have this option to see all of the details, that name, email, the browser from where it was submitted, the IP address. We will come back to this one, OS operating system, which is Mac, referred from which page this form was submitted, like so. These are all the details that you get. You have the option to download this into CSV as well. So you just go ahead and click on download CSV, and then my friend, you have the option to see this data in CSV format. If you take a look at into this, you can see that this is a properly format CSV that you can just process further. For example, you want to send it to other software, maybe your CRM or anything. For further processing, you can just utilize this data, or maybe you can export this into the PDF form and in the hard format, and then print out and then just check that who attended that event. So there are many use cases, but for now I wanted to show you some settings of this save submission so that you can get the better idea that how it is working. So let's talk about the further settings that this submission forms offers. I'm going here inside the save submissions, and you can see that this is like a save IP address. I'm going to enable this feature and go into this form field. I'm going to submit another form. Now after submitting this form, I am now able to see that this is the IP address. So I am using local WP and also submitting the data from the same IP address. So this is like mapping me to the local host environment. So on the real websites, you will see the user real IP addresses here. Okay, that will allow you to track down the user, that from where he's submitting the data. And now in the next field, we have this maximum entries that the form should allow. This is like if you are opening an event, or maybe you have an event that is limited only for the 100 seats, then you can just place it here like 100. So in order to demonstrate this one, I'm going to do this only 2 seats allowed. I'm going to also just delete the previous data which is being here, so you can get the better idea that how it is working. I'm going here and submitting the 2 times, and then you will see the error that will happen. Going just this one, adword example. Okay, so I have just put these 2 entries, and 2 entries has been submitted successfully here. But now if I try to submit the next entry, it will block me. Like for example, here I'm calling it John, again John, and example. Now if I try to add this data, then you can see that maximum number of entries reached, because I have set this to 2, so only 2 submissions are allowed. So in your case, maybe 1000, maybe 100, maybe 50, you can just set it here easily. So I don't need any maximum entries. You can also customize the error message here, and you have the option to prevent the duplicates. Right now you can see that I am able to enter John 2 times. For example, right now if I go here and I'm just saving this, and now if I try to submit it, you can see that I'm able to register with the same email address again. So form submitted, and you can see that these are 2 duplicate email address that I can easily register. To avoid this, what we can do, we can go here inside the compare with field ID, and what will happen, I need field ID here for this purpose. I will go inside the fields, go to the emails, and grab this ID, copy to clipboard, and just go to the submissions form again and compare. Inside this field, I need to add this field ID. Now what will happen, it will not allow me to submit the duplicate record. So it will compare with the database that if it already exists, then it will not allow me again. So for example, here register duplicate entries not allowed. Okay, so if I go here, even delete all of this, then if I can do this. So if right now you can see this is the previous data that is being added, I can just delete it, and now you can see that there are 2 fields. If I try to register it again, then you can see that duplicate entries are not allowed. And you can also put the IP here. It will block the users who are using the same IP address to submit the record. Okay, so this is a pretty handy features which can allow you to do many things and avoid any type of duplication inside your database. So basically, in general, this field, whenever user will type this email address, this will check in our database, compare it with this field, and see that if data already exists, then it will reject it. Okay, so this is the main concept of this compare fields that will prevent our data from being duplicated. Now, can you create multiple form records inside the database form submissions? Yes, you can. So this is like a list of all the forms that you will create, and these are some of the entries. So you can create many unlimited number of forms inside it. You don't have to worry about it because this is your database from where you are creating some forms and then exporting them. This is up to you that how many forms you can create. And what about if you need to delete the or maybe reset the database, maybe delete the database of the form submissions? In order to do that, you just need to go to the Bricks settings. Just scroll down here. You can see that you have these two options available, which allows you to reset the database table. What it does, it mean that it means that it will reset all the records to 0. So for example, if I'm going to do this, so form submission table reset successfully, and I will just go here inside this form submissions, and you will see that there is no items record. But about if I need to delete this, so I can just go ahead and delete this database from our database table. So I can also do this. Okay, so there will be no database for this submissions or whatsoever. And you also notice that the save form submission in the database has also been disabled. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe this channel and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you in the next tutorial.